Yeah, music is more than sound. It's people, it's story, it's connection. Music and everything in between with Sunday.
Hi, beautiful music family. I hope you are doing fine. Today I want to talk about something that I think has become more and more important in the music industry. I would say especially for independent artists, because I think for a very long time we have been told that we need more followers, more views, more likes, more people watching us, more numbers. And of course, having a big following can be beautiful. I am not sitting here saying followers are not important or social media is not important. Guys, you know me. I work with social media. I work in promotion. So I know exactly how powerful social media can be. But I also want to tell you something. You can have thousands of followers and still feel completely alone in your music journey. You can have a video going viral and still have nobody to call when you don't know what your next step should be. You can receive hundreds of comments but still feel like nobody really understands what you're going through. Yeah, and this is what I actually want to talk about today, because maybe you do not need another 10,000 followers right now. Maybe what you really need is a small circle of people who understand you, people who guide you, people who tell you the truth, people who support you, and people who remind you why you started when you were ready to give up. So today we're talking about what independent artists need, especially a guiding community, more than a massive following online. And before we dive deeper into this, I want to speak to you from a real experience, working with artists, talking to artists, being around artists, and also behind the scenes, watching artists grow, watching artists struggle. There's one thing I see again and again. A lot of artists are trying to do everything alone. And when I say everything, I mean everything. You are the artist. You are the social media manager. You are the promoter. You are thinking about your cover art, your music video, maybe your next song, your distribution, your Spotify, your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube, your branding, your numbers. And somewhere in between all of this, you're also supposed to be a human being, right? You have family, maybe children, maybe a normal job, maybe financial problems, maybe you are mentally tired. Maybe you have personal things going on that actually nobody online knows about. And then somebody comes and tells you, just be consistent, okay? But how? This is something I think we do not talk about enough, because behind every independent artist is still a human being. And humans were never made to carry everything alone. This is why I believe community is so important. Social media can give us a very strange feeling sometimes. When the numbers are going up, we actually feel good. When the numbers are going down, we start questioning everything. One video gets 100,000 views and suddenly you think, yes, finally, this is it. And the next 5 videos get almost no views. And now you're sitting there thinking, what did I do wrong? Is my music that bad? Do people not like me anymore? Should I change my content? Should I change my sound? And I want you to be very careful with this, because an algorithm should not have so much power over how you see yourself as an artist. Especially now, platforms change, trends change, algorithms change. What worked 6 months ago may not work today. And when your whole confidence is connected to numbers, you are building your confidence on something you cannot fully control. This is dangerous for your creativity, because slowly you may stop asking yourself, what do I want to create? And you start asking, what will the algorithm like? There's a difference, a very big difference. And I see artists losing themselves in this. They are not creating anymore, or not much. They are calculating. They are watching numbers, refreshing pages, comparing themselves, looking at another artist and thinking, why is this working for them and not for me? Music family, you can have a big following and still have no direction. Numbers don't automatically give you guidance. Numbers don't sit with you when you're confused. Numbers don't tell you, hey, I don't think this is your best idea here. And sometimes we need somebody to tell us that. This is where real community becomes important. Imagine you have 3, 4, or 5 people around you who are also building something. They understand actually the pressure. They understand the bad days. They understand how it feels when you worked for weeks on a song and people don't react the way you hoped. These people can give you something that followers cannot always give you. Real feedback, real conversations, and accountability. And, it is very important because motivation will not always be there. I don't care how passionate you are. There will be days when you don't want to do anything. It's normal. There will be weeks when you question your whole journey. There will be moments when you say, maybe I should just stop. And sometimes you don't need somebody telling you, oh, wow, you're so amazing. You're the best. Sometimes you need somebody saying, okay, I understand you're tired, but what is the problem? Let's look at it. Maybe your strategy is not working. Let's change it. Maybe your content is too complicated. Let's simplify it. Maybe you're trying to be on 6 platforms at the same time, okay? So choose 2. Maybe you don't have money for a big music video. Fine. What can we create with what you have? This is the kind of community I'm talking about, not people who just clap for everything you do. I know that sounds nice, but empty praise doesn't always help you grow. You need people who care enough to be honest with you in a respectful way, in a loving way, but honest. And now I want to talk about something also very important, your mental health. Because I think creator being exhausted at some point is real. Artists are tired, creators are tired, and I understand why. You open your phone in the morning and immediately you see numbers, views, comments, messages, notifications, another artist releasing music, another artist going viral, somebody telling you that you need to post 3 times a day, somebody else telling you that long videos are back. Then somebody says short videos are the future. And then you need a hook. Then you need storytelling. Then you need a personal brand. Then you need to go live. Oh, music family, at some point your brain is just saying, please. And when you are doing all of this alone, negative comments can also feel much bigger. One bad comment can stay in your head longer than 50 beautiful comments. I have seen this and I have experienced things online myself. This is why the right people around you are so very important. A guiding community can remind you, hey, this is one comment. This is platform changing does not mean your career is over. The song not performing well does not mean you're a bad artist. Take a day, think. Then we'll look at it, the next step. Do you understand what I mean? Sometimes you need people who bring you back to reality, because social media can make a small problem feel like the end of the world. And it's not. Your career is bigger than one post. Your talent is bigger than one comment. And your journey is bigger than one algorithm change. Now, I work in promotion, so maybe what I'm about to say sounds strange coming from me, because marketing cannot fix everything. I say this again. Marketing cannot fix everything. Sometimes you don't need a new marketing strategy. Sometimes you need to work on your craft. Sometimes you need better feedback. Sometimes you need somebody with more experience to look at what you're actually doing. Sometimes you need to just easy learn, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think we have created this strange culture online where everybody needs to look like an expert. Everybody knows everything, right? Everybody is successful. Everybody is winning. No, we are not. We are learning. I am learning. You are learning. The music industry is changing all the time, and having people around you who share knowledge can save you so much time. Maybe one person understands distribution better. Another person is very good with videos. Another artist knows how to organize a release. Maybe you understand branding. Why are we all sitting alone trying to learn everything from zero? Talk to each other, share knowledge, help each other. And no, this doesn't mean giving everybody everything for free. Please don't misunderstand me in this one. People's work has value. People's time has value. But there's a difference between using somebody and building a community where people full-heartedly exchange knowledge and support towards each other. I really believe independent artists need this more than ever. So now you may ask, Sunny, where do I find these people? And this is where I want you to change the way you look at networking. Don't just look for a person with the biggest following. Look at the person. How do they communicate? Do they listen? Can they give you constructive feedback? Are they happy when other people win? Can they disagree without becoming disrespectful? Do they only contact you when they need something? You know, these things matter. You don't need 20 people. Start small. Maybe you know one artist you have had a good conversation with. Reach out. Say, hey, I really respect your journey. Maybe we can check in with each other sometimes. Maybe we can talk about what we're working on. That's it. It doesn't need to be a big official group. You can create a small WhatsApp group, a monthly video call, even one conversation every 2 weeks. Talk about your goals. What worked? What didn't work? What are you struggling with? What do you want to finish before the next conversation? And please choose people who challenge you in a healthy way. There's a difference between constructive feedback and people constantly making you feel small. You do not need that. A good community should help you grow. It should not destroy your confidence. And also ask yourself, what do I bring into this community? Because a community is not just about what you receive. Maybe you have experience and you need to tell somebody who doesn't have it. Maybe your story can help another artist avoid making mistakes. Maybe you're simply a very good listener. That also has value. Build it. I really mean this. Stop thinking your music career is only you standing in front of thousands of people. Sometimes your career is built in a room with 4 people having an honest conversation. Sometimes one good conversation can change your whole direction. I know this. I speak from experiences. And this is why I always say, talk to each other, ask questions, connect. You don't need to know everything, but please stop thinking you have to figure out everything alone. So music family, if there's one thing I want you to take from today's episode, a massive following can give you reach, but the right community can give you direction. Followers can watch your journey, but the right people can actually help you survive the difficult parts of that journey. And especially as an independent artist. You need people, real people, people who understand, people who guide, people who actually challenge you, people who tell you the truth, and people who remind you that one difficult moment does not mean your journey is finished. So maybe this week, instead of asking yourself how you can get another 1,000 followers, ask yourself a different question. Who is in my creative circle? Who can I learn from? Who can I support? And who can I build with? Maybe your next big step is not another viral video. Maybe it is one honest conversation. Think about it. And as I always, thank you so much for listening, and thank you always for the inspiration and the beautiful conversations we are having on our social media platforms. I'm always happy to hear your feedback. And if you have questions or ideas, we can talk about them. In the show notes, you can find my website and also all Sunny Sunshine social media platforms where you can reach out to me. I'm looking forward to seeing, hearing, or reading from you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your creativity. And please remember, you don't have to build everything alone. Much, much love. Sunny.
Music and everything in between with Sunny.